Recording started.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Pam Springer, and I'm going to be doing a WebEx for you regarding service request fulfiller process. I am going to be in the training environment, but I want to let everybody know that when you are going in and you're testing the system, you would go into the QA environment. You'll be able to put test tickets in, submit them, and then assign them to your coworkers and vice versa. When you're in live tickets, you're going to go into production, and this is the URL for production. This is where when your agency says it's time to go live, this is where you will put your tickets in. Anytime you have any questions or concerns, you can send an email to our shared email box, which is highlighted right now. Myself and my team will be the ones editing this box. We'll get back to you as soon as we get the message. We may ask if we can do a one-on-one conversation with you, or maybe request that you take some training classes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a little bit of overview on the ITSM system just to get you familiar with a little of the bars and processes, and then I'm going to go through and do the fulfill process for you. On the screen right now, what you see up on the screen is a dashboard. This is the dashboard here. This is where you can put all of your information, incidents by your group, and right now we're talking about requests. So if you go down, it's requested items by my group. Our team has created a few dashboards for the use of your agencies. One of them is My Group Dashboard 2. The other one is My Group Dashboard 1, and the other one is ITSM Homepage. These dashboards have been created so that you guys can see the information. If you notice here, you'll have your requested items and your incidents by a bar chart. You can always click on the bar, and it will give you the services listed. I'm going to go back to my home page. Notice when I leave and I come back, wherever you left off is where your screen's going to be. So that's a little bit about homepage. We do have documents out there that will go through and teach you a little bit about dashboards, and we will have training classes on that also. The next line over here is a process. This is where all your processes. If you see all boxes and they're all closed, it could be for two reasons. One, that you don't have rights, and the other is possibly that you toggle them off. You just toggle them off and on. The next line on this screen is what's new and coming. If you go to that, that'll tell you a little bit about ITSM and the outages and what's coming soon in our training classes, etc. The service catalog is the enterprise-wide service catalog, and you can see the self-service catalog where you can put in a password reset and an ask question. That's where most people are putting those requests that you guys are getting assigned to and fulfilling of. In the knowledge base, underneath training is where we have a lot of documentation. Under service requests, we have some documentation, a quick reference guide, a question and answer page. So if you guys need any additional training after today, you can always go there. On the dashboards, like I said, if you use our dashboard, you can also create and add information to those dashboards. Underneath service catalog, I'm going to go to the service catalog for my group and my items. The difference between a request and an incident, for those of you who do not know, is an incident is something that is broken and needs to be fixed right away, restored normal service as quickly as possible. So it's an interrupt in a service. Say your computer's down or you can't get to a printer. That is an incident. A service request is something that can be planned on. So something that you're ordering new, a new PC, access to email, to giving them a new email account. And so it's something new. Once you submit a service request, an email goes to the requested approver. So right now I just went to my group items, and if you notice, there's a whole bunch of list of items on this list. What I'm going to do is I want to, just to make it a little easier for you guys to see, a way to filter out is you can go ahead and you can say remove, so I can go filter out a group. So the group that I'm looking for right now is organizational change, or I can say just show matching of all those requests. That way I can see the requests that I'm looking for. If you notice, there's stages with each request. If it's green, that means it's been completed. Blue, it means that's the current stage we're on. And if it's gray, those are the icons of the stages that have not been processed up yet. So a service request process is data that gets created to manage the fulfillment of a request item. The requested part is the umbrella. This is that keeps everything together. The item is the request of what is being worked on, and the task is the work being completed. A task is spawned from an item. So as you see the many different stages of a request. I'm going to go into the request that I'm going to show you examples on. And I'm going to assign this to me. If I hit save, this ticket will be left right where I'm at now. If I say update, it's going to save the ticket and put it where I left off. So I'm going to go ahead and put the other request that I'm going to show you an example of, save it to my name, I'm going to hit save, and I'm just going to show you a couple things in the ticket itself. It shows that this was asked a question. It says it was assigned to the organization change team, assigned to me. If I want, I can add other people to review this ticket. I can add a watch list. Say someone's not in my group, say my manager wants to see tickets for that day. I go ahead and add them there by clicking on the little lot. I can also add them to the work notes list. If I do that, anytime a work notes gets updated, they'll get an email notification. Notice in my description, it talks about what I was doing. I was getting a monitor, a desktop, and a mouse for my employee, the new employee. I'm going to scroll down under the activities. There's an additional comments box. If I put any information in there, whoever is the caller, if it's me putting this in, I will get this information. It will be visible to me. Work notes is where you write the information as you're working on it. So I actually put this ticket in earlier because it is open on my behalf, but now I'm the fulfiller. I've assigned this ticket to, or the equipment to the person that I've ordered it for. And I wanted to show you under the activity, this is a running notebook. So this is kind of the same in incident and request. You'll have like a notebook down there that's going to tell you all the information of the ticket that you're doing. So as a fulfiller, I've worked on the ticket, and I'm going to come down to the bottom, and what I need to do is I need to close the task. Because of the maturity of our system, you don't really need to go in and work on the task at this time, so you can actually right-click the task and close task, or you can actually go in it, close it from this box here. You can put some other notes there if you would like, but I close the task. Once I close the task, now the item is complete, and you notice that the stage went into closure mode. The state is pending closure. What happens now is an email will go to the requester asking them if their request has been fulfilled, and if it is, they'll accept this. If not, they can reject. So if maybe they didn't get the monitor that they needed, they can go ahead and hit reject. At this point, because a lot of times customers don't get back to us, we can go ahead after 5 days, there's a flag put on this ticket, and it automatically will go into closure mode. So again, under my group, I have tasks, items, and requests, and then when I have assigned them to me, they would be under the assignment to me items. Notice that I only have the 2 here. If they're already under closed, I can also look for them under the closed section. I wanted to show you in the ticket one last thing. And if you're looking to see what the workflow is of a ticket, you can scroll down and go to Show Workflow. And if you're a little slobby, you can figure out and see what happens to the ticket once the ticket is submitted, and then once the approval process is done, once they approve it, who it goes to next, and so on and so forth. So this is pretty much how you go through and fulfill a ticket. Again, if you have any questions regarding knowledge base and you want to find out some information about training, you can go right here and it will give you some information that's a little more detailed than what I've told you. Also, if you have any questions or concerns, please just send an email to the comments box and we'll get back to you and help you out with your questions. Have a great day now.